Christie, is there a problem with Joseph-Aukuso Suaalii's tackling technique?
Yes, fundamentally there is, isn't there? The amount of times in the short quota of games that we've seen since he made his debut in professional rugby against England was that he does have a tendency to cock that shoulder, doesn't he? And he's not always wrapping. And we've seen that. And it almost happens.
Well, there's wrapping like this, and there's wrapping, as you say, cocking like that, as if you're going to come through after. But so often if you hit with purely that point of the shoulder or point of the chest, whatever, that contact is going to prevent you from wrapping, because the force of the contact will just send the ball carrier backwards, as it did Noah on the weekend.
Yeah, and there's probably a couple of things to it. We like the physicality in the game. Aussie rugby and the Wallabies particularly need more physicality in the back line. But what you can't then compromise in a big game is knowing what happened in the State of Origin just less than 12 months ago, where you got shown a red card less than 10 minutes. You can't afford that in a big test match, can you? Particularly when it's the poster boy of Australian rugby. So he will probably know that, you'd think. Like, if you're a coach, you're working on that every day of the week, aren't you?
Well, a question for Lockie McCaffrey, good friend of ours, defensive coach at the Waratahs. You would hope that there's been, they're working on exactly that, because, you may get away with it during the Super Rugby season, mate, when World Rugby's got every other thing going on around the world. But in one of their blue ribbon events outside of the World Cup, the Rugby World Cup, once every 4 years as well, the British and Irish Lions series, all the eyes of the rugby world will be trained on Brisbane, Melbourne and Sydney for 3 tests. And if there's even a hint of high contact, I guarantee you what's going to happen.